there's Kathy and Elaine. Hi, guys. How are you? I'm going to put your names down. So you might see that there's a different backdrop behind our Anne. She is on a tour. She's on a little bit of a vacation. And she thought, hey, why don't I use my computer, my laptop, and I could do the live from here? Because I thought she was at home in her own kitchen. And she's at this lovely little cottage. Her husband and her have rented up in the lake country
Yeah.
in Yorkshire, right? So anyway, there she is. She's in a new place and she's going to be able to do her live. I said, I went to Sicily and took an iPad and did one
Yeah.
outside on the terrace in the 40-degree weather, right? And it works. So as long
Yeah.
as you have
I was so
Wi-Fi,
happy when I got a link through to you. I thought, oh, it's working. That's great.
yeah. So, and I didn't know you were going to do it either. When I saw the backdrop, I thought, oh, why is she in her kitchen? Is there something wrong with God? Maybe there was some
Oh,
work
if I had a kitchen like this, oh,
you'd
with
be having
unbroken views down to the lake. Oh,
with views. Yeah, it's like my kitchen window. Did you see those pictures I posted of the sunrise? That was through I was sitting on my chair in the living room and you could see me shooting it through the doorway. And my daughter said, or Andre says, looks like a palm tree. I said, no, that's my fern hanging in the window. But the sky, and I don't touch any.
wow.
When you see my postings on Facebook of the sunrises and sunsets, that's exactly as they are natural. I don't touch anything
There
up.
is
So it's
every one of those, when I see them, it's awesome. Just
Yeah, and
beautiful.
that's how I feel living here on this lake, being able to look out in the morning and see the sunrise. And then when I go out on my terrace, I have to kind of zoom in past the other buildings to see the sunset. But in the morning, when we walk, our friends, it might be a bit dark, but we try to catch the sunrise coming up over that lake. Now, with just an iPhone, we sometimes get that halo glare, right? We don't take expensive cameras with us. We all have different models of iPhones. I have the X10. Others have the 17. Others have whatever. And I'm the one that posts all those sunsets and sunrises. Now, somebody said I should have a coffee table book made up of all those and
Yeah,
leave it to my kids where they could see all those sunrises and sunsets that I've taken
beautiful.
with just an iPhone. And my son-in-law is a professional photographer. I mean, he's got lenses like this, right? He's done TIFF where he's zooming in on a celebrity, a famous celebrity, but he won't get up in their face. He's very private. He doesn't like to see the paparazzi up in the celebrities' faces. So he's bought all this equipment with the big boots on them and everything where he could actually be at a good distance and be able to pull in. You'd swear he was there. So, and he does action shots. He does professional ball teams now, NFL ball teams and things.
Wow.
Hobby, but it's a secondary income. And guess what? My grandson has got a team ring now. It's all the diamonds and they're gold. You know how where you see the big ugly rings from? Well, you see these ball players with these big rings. Well, my son-in-law's got three of them, and now my grandson's going to be gifted one because they really care for him. They feel that as photographers, they've done such an exceptional job. And my grandson's only 18. He's taking that in a college, right? Photography and cinematography and all of that. And his father only took a very couple 1 year course. And his job is working at the airport. He's not a controller, but he works at the airport. And that's his bread and butter, right? But on the side, they do this and they do get paid for it.
What
So
a lovely hobby.
but he doesn't do weddings. He doesn't like weddings. And he did one intimate with a woman who was pregnant. And he had a studio then, and she was very pregnant. But he did it so intimately. She wanted to be naked, but he had to cover her in a way, right? That you knew she was naked, but not showing anything,
Yeah.
right? And so he did a couple like that. And then my daughter says, "That's just a job, Ma. Don't even worry about it."
Yeah.
I know where we are in our marriage. So anyway, yeah, it's so funny. But he's an excellent, but he's a very very considerate, low key guy. He's not into paparazzi. My daughter's had all kinds of things where she's been able to get free tickets. She's been on the catwalk watching the celebrities when they're doing their like singers. when they're doing their, they're down there practicing before the night of the show, and she can sit way up in the catwalk, and they don't even know she's there in the dark watching, right? But she's so not starstruck. Like they don't care, and I really think that's amazing, because a lot of people would let that go to their head. Oh, look what my dad does. Look what my mom does. No, they don't talk about it. It's just their job, right? It's amazing.
It's a lovely saying. It's something like, we're all 75% water.
Yeah.
Aren't we? If you want a bit of a leveler. I don't know what the percentage is.
And we all bleed red blood, so
yes.
I mean, we're all, it doesn't matter, right? What nationality are. We're all the same thing. We have bones and water and blood, and Okay, so I'm going to get these names down here, because we've been yakking.
We've got Damara. Damara said hello, and I waved.
Okay, Damara.
So hello, Damara.
Damara, and we've got Dean. Hi, Dean. We got Kathy.
Hi,
we got Erica. Hi, Erica. Duncan.
There it is.
In there. Tammy. We got to have our Tammy. Gosh, Tammy. Hi, sweetheart. And so let me just keep scrolling down to make sure I have everybody, and I do. So Erica Duncan is our first. Erica, did you leave? Okay, so Kathy, let's see what Kathy has to say. Brenda, that's so funny that you never talk about. My daughter was a professional photographer too. She went to Brook Institute. Oh, I don't. I know there's a lot that people don't know about me that I just don't, because I'm busy doing this, right? Yes. So I had someone do a podcast on me. Another reader did a big, long podcast on me. She also did a podcast on Minopon, on Chris Rex. So I'm out there. Yeah, she did. And we talked about all kinds of things, anyway. I was going to do I want to do podcasts on women who are late bloomers. And that means not being afraid to do, because I didn't learn to get my motorcycle license till I was 55 years old. I didn't take up golf till I was in my early 40s. There were so many things I didn't do because I had kids, I had a mortgage, I had a business, that type of thing, where you start to, like I tell people, we live our life in segments, 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on. We change, we adapt, we pivot, we do all those things. So I've always wanted to do podcasts on women or people that are of interest, whose lives, the struggles they've done, how they've got where they've got, and keep it positive, right? So that'll be my next thing I'll be doing, is podcasts.
Interesting.
On people. But I have done a couple. I told you I did a couple. I've done a couple of podcasts now already. But you have to really be consistent with anything you do, right? Everything else, if you're going to succeed at anything, you have to be consistent, for sure. And it's finding the time to do that, right?
Yeah. So, yes, definitely.
It was like me doing what I'm doing here. I didn't go out until 2015, and my late husband had died in 10 rather. And so it took me that time to overcome the grieving and get my life in order and settle in. And then I went out in 2015 here. So again, everything in segments in your life, right?
Yeah.
And it's all timing. And I believe, like you, divine timing, right? Yeah. So hi, Trenzone. There you are, my friend.
Gerald.
I'm Gerald. I'm trying to get everybody written in here. So I'm going to acknowledge everybody so far. We got Helene, we got Kathy, Kathy's Guided Life, Taro. Please go check her out if you guys don't know who she is. She usually goes live on Saturdays or after me. Erica, Duncan, Damara, Dean, Tammy, and Trenzone. Okay, so we're going to start off with Erica. Erica, did you give us, I was trying to scroll up here to see if you had given us a question that you wanted us to focus on. I don't see anything here. So, Erica, general, here she is. Okay, it is there. Sorry, I didn't see it for looking at it. Okay, great. So just a general reading for Erica. Thank you very much, Erica, for coming in and, always supporting what we do here.
Okay. So, Erica, thank you for coming into the room, and welcome to my little holiday up in the Lake District. So we're starting your reading though. Now time to focus on you. Overall energy. Get that camera right. 9 of Wands. So this is about persistence. It's about determination. It's about you keeping going, staying motivated, staying focused. Your help, we've got the Dreamer. So this is the first card in the whole deck. It's new, it's exciting. This is you taking a leap of faith. Maybe doing something out of your comfort zone a little bit, doing something differently, opening these doors of opportunity and stepping through them. Now, the little angel on the card, she can stand behind those closed doors if she wants to, and she can stay there as long as she likes. But she's decided, do you know what? I'm going to see what I'm going to try. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to open those doors and step through. And that's just what you need to be mindful of. We've got the 6 of Coins here. This is the card of receiving. Our little angel here, look. This is new opportunities, gifts and abundance coming in. She thought it was raining, but oh no, these are little coins. So this is definitely, Brenda has a lovely saying, she calls it the gift card.
Yeah.
So this could be something new coming in when it's the coin suit, very much to do with work, career, finances, home life, material life. How can you help yourself? We've got the life experience card. This is about positive changes now. Learning from experience. Our little angel, look here, she's got all these little pearls of wisdom in front of her. She's collected those. She's learned that from building this sandcastle, and it's now washing away a little bit, but she's taking from that everything that's helpful that she's learned, all that life experience, and she's making positive changes now. The 2 of Teacups is about discussions, conversations, talking things over. It's about positive partnerships, but generally, this is asking you to talk things over, listen as well as speaking, and be absolutely crystal clear in your communication with other people. And then your final outcome, 10 of Swords, 10 of Pencils in my deck. A much improved situation. This is you climbing the ladder of success. With every little step up the ladder, things getting better, so much better and even better. So overlooking the reading, stay focused. Get ready to try something new. Look out for these new opportunities coming in. When you find them, act upon them. Because there's this lovely breath of fresh air, positive change energy coming through for you. And it's there for you to make these lovely positive changes. So when you do, talk it over, discuss it, take your time, get all your information together, and then get ready to start something new, something exciting, and move in a new direction. So, Erica, I hope that resonates. Thank you.
Great reading. Erica, you've got a lot of opportunity here. Starting off, you're all over energy is the Ace of Pentacles. We know the Ace of Pentacles can often have to do with job, career changes, refocusing, signing contracts, and anything like that. There could be an opportunity that surfaces. You may be considering money and income at this time with your job and your career. So there could be an opportunity and a door opening for you to be, to consider. Now, this is coming into focus. In your focus part of the reading, you've got the Ace of Wands. And what you should focus on is if you are interested in change, okay, and money and your finances, go after it. because you need to have an open mind. Her eyes are closed in this picture. You need to keep your eyes open to new doors of opportunity that could present themselves to you. And it's funny how when we get a thought in our mind, we turn it to a dream, we start to manifest it, and all of a sudden, bang, we get this out of the blue opportunity, and we go, wow, I've been thinking about that. Wow, and it happened, right? So go after it. Your part of the focus is that you need to step up to the plate, get back in the game, and don't be afraid to open your eyes and try something different and go after a new opportunity, especially if it is going to make things better and more lucrative for you in the financial part of your life. Now, your help and your hurdle, as Anne calls it, and I call it the challenge, is the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is you could be at a crossroads with somebody. You might have locked horns with somebody, but you might be at a crossroads with yourself. There could be a decision that you're kind of dragging your heels on, you're procrastinating. And the reason is she's got her eyes blindfolded and she feels as though she can't figure anything out. Everything's happening all at once. It's chaos, but she needs to just take a breath, step back, take herself to center, take the blindfold off, and look at the whole picture. Remember what I said? Go after what you want. So there's a decision that you might have to make. And maybe this decision has to do with your job and your career. Okay. So be open to that. I always say if it's a legal situation, get legal representation, somebody who's biased. They can lead the cards in a fair and equitable manner on the table to see what you have to gain and lose. You need to keep your eyes open to those options. What are the benefits of you making this decision? Okay. You have to do it regardless. So that's what that card means. So coming in with messages with spirit and your guide, you've got this beautiful card, which is the Three of Cups. And this is a card of celebration, getting together. This could be community, family, your sisterhood, your brotherhood, colleagues, anything like that. But you're definitely going to either be invited or you're going to be creating some sort of an event where you're going to want people to be around and celebrate, being in the company of those that you care about and you enjoy. At the end, in your future energy is the Fool, and you're nobody's fool. This is a card of taking a leap of faith. Taking a leap of faith and going after what you want. But I always say, don't jump off that cliff till you check your parachute's working. Okay. It's like, don't buy a boat until you see it float. Right. So preparing yourself. And then because she's got one foot here in one part of her world and the other foot, she's just so wanting to launch and go after it. But you will. Okay. This is a new beginning for you. Maybe you're going to launch into something new here that's going to bring you more money. If you take the move and go after it. Look at the picture in complete clarity. You're going to be happy if you do. Okay. So this is about you preparing yourself and getting ready to launch something and move in a new direction. Don't be afraid to take that leap of faith. Okay. Remember what I said. I'm a late bloomer too. But if you don't do it, you'll always wonder what would have happened if you did. Right. Okay. Thank you so much. Erica, Trend Zone. Oh, hi, Wanda. I got to get your name down here. And Addie Gaddy. I see you guys coming in. Okay. All righty. So we're going to go. I'm trying to read what people are saying. And hello, we're good room, noon ladies. Okay. Trend Zone. Trend Zone first. Where are you, my friend? There you are. He's open. And I noticed that Dean also is here. Sorry, Dean. Get you down here as well. Okay. All right. Okay. So, friends, open. Yes. General. Have you.
Okay. So, Gerald, thank you for coming into the room and an absolute pleasure to read for you. So, first card for you, Ace of Cups. This is lovely. If I had to describe this card in one sentence, it would be the start of loveliness. It's it's happiness, it's joy, it's fulfillment. It can sometimes mean a new home, but generally, this is absolutely lovely. It's you feeling really happy, really optimistic, really positive. Eight of Coins says, look into the details, take care of the small print, look at all the small details. because they little details can make all the difference in the world. So it's dotting the I's, it's crossing the T's, it's reading the small print and then reading it again.
Oops.
We have new information coming in for you with the Page of Pencils, Page of Swords. And this new information is very important that you take notice of it. So regardless of how it's portrayed to you, because sometimes this little page can be a little bit direct and a bit tactless, this information is important. It brings in information, inspiration, and new ideas. So we've got information coming in that you then need to be checking over all the small details of. So you've got some homework to be doing here, a bit of research. The Eight of Pencils says, don't let any old negativity hold you back. It's time for you now to move forward, saying, yes, I can. Don't let any old habits of thought, anybody else's negativity, anybody else's opinion even, leave those where they are. Focus on self-belief, focus on self-support, focus on a wonderful attitude of saying, yes, I can. I'm going to try this. So choose carefully, take your time, look at all your options. We've got 2 cards here of stepping back, checking things through, looking at the small print, checking this information thoroughly. And then we've got this beautiful 2 energies of you saying, yes, I can. And this Ace of Cups coming in. Happiness, joy, and fulfillment. It's looking absolutely beautiful. So I hope that resonates. Thank you.
Beautiful. Okay, Dean, you're all over energy card.
Oh, Dean, sorry, I've just read for Gerald.
Friend zone. Sorry. I'm reading what Dean's doing here, so my mind's on Dean. Gerald, you're juggling something. Okay, it could be you need to balance yourself, take yourself to center. You feel as though you're having to make a lot of decisions and choices. This is a card of taking yourself to center, balance yourself. Don't go rushing in. However, I always read this intuitively. There could be 2 options, offers, opportunities, and choices and decisions on the table for you to make. But I don't think it's going to be complicated. I think if you look at the whole picture, you're going to be able to go with the flow. Okay. I do think that, the winds of change are coming in here too. I always read that as that. Look at her skirt blowing in the wind. Okay. Something's going to come up. And you're going to have to juggle things around. Maybe you're moving money around. Maybe you're changing where your money's invested. Maybe you're thinking about moving money from one account to the other. Whatever the case is, you're balancing something. And sometimes it has to do with money because it is a 2 of Pentacles. Now, your focus part of the reading is again, I look at this as balance with the Hermit. Taking time on your own, closing the door, thinking about things by yourself. I mean, I know you're single and I know you've always been responsible for yourself. You don't need other people's opinions when it comes to a situation, unless it's legal advice you're getting. So I do think that you're reminiscing, you're thinking about something. You want to get together with the right people who you look up to, people are where you want to be, mentors, things like that, where you're learning something. You could be researching, you could be reading, you could be doing things like that as well. And what the information you get will help you be able to see a situation much clearer. And you're able to take that information to go out into the universe, out into the world, and be able to step up with confidence and even advise other people of things. Now, coming in your help, hurdle, or your challenge, you do have the Queen of Swords. I love this Queen of Swords. I always say she's me. So she's cut and dried. You know where you stand. There's no gray matter with me. And she's like that too. When she's had enough, she just does this, talk to the hand, I'm out of here. So this is about doing things on your own, being solo, because she's referred to as a widow or the divorcee, and she doesn't need everybody's opinion. She's capable of making her own mind up, and she does. She's on a new journey. She doesn't even care where she's going. Look at her. She's just sitting there. Oh yeah, well, I'm out of here. You can be mad till you're glad, but see ya. And so you're moving on in a new direction. You may have to let things go. Okay. This is your challenge. Maybe things bother you. Maybe things are getting to you. Maybe something's wearing on you. Let it go. Okay. Throw it out. You don't need to carry it. All right. Start going in a new direction. Turn around and go in that new direction. You deserve to be free of any of this chaos. Coming in with your message from spirit and your guides, you have the strength card, leaning into your own strength, and using your strength of independence and confidence and things like that that you do have, your ability to support yourself in everything you do. But I also look at it because look at her split personality here. One side of her is a lion and the other side of her is she's got a lamb. So, don't get caught up in the heat of the moment. If those neighbors come out and start screaming and yelling down the street or whatever, your garbage can blew over on their lawn, whatever the case is, don't lose your cool. Okay. Because if you throw them enough rope, they'll hang themselves anyway, and you can't fight a battle by yourself. So don't become somebody's sparring partner, is what I'm telling you. So just walk away. You're the bigger, better person. Hold your head up. You can catch more bees with honey. Like they say, you might have to just smile, kill your enemies with happiness, right? And kindness. And it really goofs up with their head. So don't be afraid to do that. Okay. Don't get caught up in somebody else's drama. Now, at the end, your future energy is the high priestess. And when something doesn't seem right, you're pretty intuitive yourself, or you wouldn't be out here doing what you do, watching all of us readers and so on. People who watch what we do often have the gift of being able to do what we do. Okay. So I take it, you're quite intuitive. And you when you get that little inner voice of reason that says, don't do that, or maybe you need to look into this more. She is what I call my Google king and queen. She gets out there and she researches everything. Because if something doesn't seem right, she thinks, I got to find out. She wants accuracy. So dig deep, go in behind the veil, find out what you need to do. She's often finds out secrets and behind the veil as well. And this is why she sits there in most decks with the book of wisdom on her lap or the Akashic records. And she's just, nothing's bothering her because she did the work, the homework. She found out what she needed to do. There's no more worry. Once you know the details and you know where you stand, you don't have any reason to worry. So anyway, that's what I've got for you, Gerald. I hope that makes sense and it helps. All right, Elaine. All right, she's got question 2. I got to get these in here because when I'm reading, I can't be watching the. Okay, so now we have Addie Gaddy. Nice to see you, Addie Gaddy. I just love her little name. I think it's hilarious. It's so cute. Okay, so, and she's got a picture of a beach, which I love. Okay, will I be working permanently with the cash reserved team? I'm helping them out now, or will I return back to my department at cash application? Still one department. Okay, so will they keep her on, or will she have to go back to what she was doing? Okay, basically that's what it is, right? Okay. Let's see what we got here. So you're doing your reading in the kitchen. I guess Dave's in the other room, eh? Yeah. I think that's cool. You have to say hi to him for me.
I will. If it closes in the weather, we've got a lovely little wood burning stove.
Oh, how nice. Yeah, that's so cozy, right? With a good book yeah.
No, the kitchen's my domain just for now.
Yeah.
So now this is looking really, really lovely, Attigati. So I'm looking about you. Will you be working permanently or will you return back? Looking at this, I think you could be working with the cash reserve team because your first card is the new beginnings, card 13, a transformational new beginning, something new, a brand new start, a new chapter opening up for you. It's absolutely lovely. Your help, the 6 of Pencils, 6 of Swords, is about you moving on and feeling good. And because of those 2 cards coming out first, this is suggesting to me that there might be a move. This little angel, look, you can see her back. She's halfway across. She's halfway across the card. She's got a little suitcase with her and she's moving on and feeling good. So I do feel something new and a move forward that you're going to be very happy about, because we've got the Three of Cups here, the card of celebration, good news, social invitations, a reason to celebrate. So this is looking absolutely lovely. How can you help yourself? Believe in yourself. This is the Eight of Pencils, and our little angel here, she's just about to pop that little balloon full of negative thoughts with a pin, because she's just had a new delivery from the Self-Belief Company saying, oh, yes, I can. So believe in yourself, support yourself, motivate yourself, treat yourself as your own best friend. Guidance from Spirit, the Two of Coins comes in. So this could be you having two offers to choose from. And this card says, focus on balance. Our little angel is juggling and riding a unicycle all at the same time. She's really having to think what she's doing. So look into financial balance, the implications of this change. Work-life balance, check your hours. Are they going to fit in nicely with you? How much extra time, extra energy is it going to be costing you? And make sure there's time that you give back to yourself. So that's just the guidance from Spirit saying, yes, look for it. You might have two options. Look into it all and keep everything in balance. And the Knight of Teacups at the end. Fast moving energy. You could be finding out about this quite quickly, because these knights are all fast. They all have a motorbike. And this little Knight of Teacups comes in and says, just go steady. One step at a time. Think it all through. This isn't the time for impulsive decisions. But balanced, careful, well thought out, just go steady kind of energy. This will help you move through this. But we've got this exciting new beginning and a move forward. So looking at the cards, the way that I'm feeling when I'm reading them, I think you could get the move to the cash reserve. I think it could be something new, and this could be something you are really going to enjoy. So I hope that resonates with you. I hope it makes sense. And thank you for coming into the room.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Addy Gaddy. So as I was shuffling, I was asking Spirit to give you information on your job, if you're staying or you're leaving. Well, I agree with Anne. Most of the cards came up with you're going to be taking that leap and going after this new job, because you're leaving troubled waters. Maybe the job you have with the department cash application isn't really where you feel the most satisfied. Moving to the reserve team might be better for you. You might be happier. You know, you're making your mind up to do this with the Queen of Swords, moving on. Okay, again, making up your mind is if you get offered that. I do think there's a good possibility that you will be moving on. It'll be a better move for you. This is a leap forward. Okay, we don't say we leap back, we say we fall back, but you're leaping forward. And I think you're going to find that things will be better for you. It's almost divinely guided. I think you've been asking for this. You've been with the Hermit. You've been contemplating and reflecting and almost meditating to manifest this to happen. And there's a good possibility that you will have light at the end of the tunnel and you will be able to do this. I think you're going to be working with a good team in the near future. Okay, where you can bounce ideas off of each other and work together well. Your final outcome card is the World. So you've got the world at your feet. And I think you're going to be able to set your compass and go in any direction you want to go soon. You'll have the freedom to do that. This is the end of one cycle, okay, and the beginning of a new one. All of these cards are saying you're moving on, okay? You've manifested it. So I think you will be getting offered this job. You're moving on one way or the other, okay? So that's what I have for you. Thank you so much. Hi, nurse. How are you? Nice to see you as well. I'm trying to get everybody. Addy Gaddy, welcome, sweetheart. So those are your cards. Okay. Our next one is Dean. Where are you, my friend? Here he is. Okay, Dean says, I met a new guy. His name's Matt. What do you see for us? Okay, let's see what we have here for you. Dean. Dean, the dancing machine. He gets sick of me saying that, I'm sure. Go, Erica. Yeah. Wow. All right. What do we got here? Go down and he's laughing.
Okay, Dean, thank you for coming into the room, and an absolute pleasure to read for you. This is looking really lovely. So we're starting off, first energy, 5 of Wands. So this is you leaving something behind, leaving the nonsense behind, leaving any conflict or any conversations or anybody else's drama, leaving it behind. And this is you walking towards the sunshine. So if there's anything going on in the background that you don't need to be part of, anybody else's drama, anybody else's nonsense, walk away and leave it where it is. We've got the 4 of Coins next. So this is very much about you bringing things into balance, focusing on situations of too much or too little, and bringing things into balance. So when it's the coins, it's very much taking notice of financial balance, keeping that even and fair. Work-life balance, make sure that is in as much balance as it can be. How much do you give energy-wise and time and effort to other people, and is that reciprocated evenly? So these are all things. This is your homework to start with. It's going to get so much better. Page of Pencils, bringing in information, inspiration, new ideas, new ways of doing things. Light bulb moment. This is when you suddenly go, now I understand. Now I've got a clear picture. So look out for new information. Look out for new ideas. And it might be these new ideas helping you get things into balance so it's fair and there aren't any extremes from one thing to another. How can you help yourself? Life experience. This is about positive changes, you learning from experience, taking those pearls of wisdom. What have you learned from the past? What was good? Bring that forward. What wasn't so good? Don't need to go there again. So this is you gathering all these pearls of wisdom, everything you've learned up till now, and appreciating that and putting it into practice now. Because we've got the new beginnings card. Fabulous new beginnings, fresh new start, new chapter, transformational new beginnings. And right after that, the 10 of Cups. You couldn't want, absolutely, it's a beautiful card. One of the happy ever after cards, as Brenda says. Happiness, joy, fulfillment, trustworthy relationships, quality time with loved ones. So this beautiful new beginning coming in for you. And to get yourself to there, it's leaving what you don't need anymore and walking away. You don't need to say anything. You can just leave that where it is. Keeping things in balance, talking it over, getting finances, time and effort all into balance, talking it over, bringing in new ideas to help you do that, little bit of inspiration. And then the last 3, look at that. Positive changes, happy ever after, and a brand new beginning, something you're going to be really happy about. So, Dean, I wish you well, and I hope that resonates. Thank you.
Beautiful. I only have one thing to ask Dean. Is this guy a water sign? Or there's water in his sign? Okay. You do have this beautiful opportunity. Okay. I think you're holding something precious in your hands right now. I think this person's self-sufficient. He is capable of earning his own keep. I don't think you have to worry about him being a freeloader. I think this guy's capable of, being self-sufficient. This is a new opportunity that I think you're going to be treated this time in this relationship where this person's going to want to take care of you, maybe pay the bill now and then, that type of thing. Now you need to focus on, and the reason I asked you water sign because the moon, and we know that this is Pisces all, and I know how you feel about Pisces. So he's probably going to be laughing right now because Kathy, Sharon, and I are all Pisces, and we're always ganging up on him. But anyway, Dean, Dean, you're Cancer, right? If I'm right. So he's a water sign too, but very different from Pisces. But that's okay. His dad and I have the same birthday. Yeah, he's Cancer, water sign. There you go. I had water in his sign. Okay. So, Dean, I think that, this person can be dreamy, this person can be imaginative, but this person can also have ebbs of happiness and low ebbs. That's what Pisces are about. We're either swimming against the current or we're riding the waves down. We're either laughing or we're crying. I mean, we don't levitate because we're made up of all the other signs. And this is why people find Pisces, we attract everybody to us. That's why I call us the sea sponges, because everybody comes to us, whether it's negative or positive energy. So I think as long as you don't get up in your head, I think this person may have felt he was sinking deep in the past, but now he's able to surface. He's got great intuitiveness. He's got great instincts. He's learned from his past experiences. I really think that he's starting to surface now. He's seeing a brighter path for himself. Now, your help or your hurdle or your challenge is holding on. You've always been, I know, Dean, because I know we've talked and we're a little bit more friendly and personal about our friendship, that you tend to hold on, and you in the past, but I know you're changing, holding on, yeah, to relationships that really were unfulfilling because you wanted them so to work, and we've all been there. Okay. But you've evolved, you've learned from those experiences, you've grown stronger, and you realize now, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. Okay, I'm not going to hold on to unfulfilling situations, relationships, whatever. I think you're also being mindful of your spending and your money. You're being careful of finances right now. I think you're wanting to save for something. I don't know. They're telling me you may want to take a holiday or a vacation somewhere, maybe with your daughter or somebody. I don't know why, but they're showing me that. I don't know. I don't really see it near water. I see it more like a place like mountains, Arizona, that type of thing. That type of maybe you're going to go to Mexico, maybe go to Baja where there's more that type of, desert type of thing. But I think you're holding on for the right thing to come in. And I think it's going to pay off. You're not going to take it anymore. Okay. You've got the 10 of Wands. This is, you've had a hard struggle. You always make it through. Okay. Like I always say, she reaches that pinnacle and she looks down at that topographical map and says, oh, I can't believe I'm way up here and I made it. But it was a struggle. Like she felt like she was pulling dead weight, pushing, taking on all the burdens of the world on herself, biting off more than she could chew. Okay. Also, I kind of look at this card as being hard on yourself, beating yourself up. This card says now things are going to get easier for you. You've learned through these past experiences. You don't hold on to those situations anymore. And now you're able to move on. I really think this person is going to make you happy. You got the best card in the deck. Now, she had the 10 of Cups, happy ever after. Now you have the Sun. You've got a clear sight line now. It's like you're going, oh my God, thank you. I finally met somebody who is on the same planet as me. We like each other. We get along great. We're on the same wavelength. We have great energy together. And okay, so Spirit just said, tell him to take it slow. Okay, that you heard me just say, okay. So this could be, slow down, don't rush, keep your eyes open, take your time, don't push too fast. Yeah, I'll tell you something. You said he's Cancer. I said a water sign. They're very into family, whether it's children, their family, their cousins, their siblings, their parents. Family's everything. And trust me, if this person does have children, he'll walk in front of a moving train and away from anybody who does his kids injustice. So remember that. My best friend of many 40 some odd years, as we were sisters to each other. God help me if I ever said anything about her kids. And I mean, it was true. Maybe, you know, the kids screwed up, whatever. I still was not allowed to cross that barrier. So know that this person's very into family, but I do think you're going to find a great relationship with this. Finally, now you've got somebody who you're going to have fun with, whether it's short-lived or long-lived. It's going to be a good relationship. Okay. So that's what I got for you. He has 3 kids. Okay, there you go. He just said he's got 3 kids. I had no idea he had kids. Just be careful. Okay, I don't care how bad his kids are, how misbehaved, whatever. Back off. Let him handle it. Unless he comes to you for advice and he's willing to take it, because you are a teacher, you deal with kids all the time. You know, you've got a child of your own and she's a beautiful child and you brought her up beautifully. He may look up to you for that guidance. Okay. But I'm just saying, don't ever say anything against his kids, no matter what, because look out. Okay. Okay. All right. So I didn't know he had kids. All right. That's great. But that is something, again, you guys have in common. Okay. So that's beautiful. Okay. All righty. My next one is, I think, Elaine. Dean. Yeah. Here we go. All righty. Okay. Got a new assistant in the shop to help me for 2 months starting the November the 4th. He's a Brazilian called Purelet. Oh yeah, how do you say that? Yeah, okay. It's Spanish. I'm trying to think about how you say that, because there's things with X's you don't pronounce. There's things you don't.
Oh, goodness knows.
Yeah. What do the cards say about our short collaboration? Okay.
Right.
Her and I have spoken anyway a bit about this. So yeah. Okay. So let's just see what the cards say. Okay. I try to keep my opinions out of things and let the cards speak, and spirit guiding.
For 2 months, start it right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Helene, thank you for coming into the room, and lovely to read for you. So, what do the cards say about your collaboration? So, we've got the Dreamer card. Something new, something outside your comfort zone, something different. This is our little angel here, look, trying something new, taking a leap of faith. It's going to be different, completely, a fresh new start. We've got the reflection card coming in to help you. What's happening here? So this is you assessing, thinking things through, reflecting, realizing how far you've come, realizing how well you're doing, and then looking ahead. Our little angel here, she's got a sight set on this little sign saying climb to new heights. So when we're talking about this collaboration with this new person, this is you assessing it all, thinking about it, deciding what you want to do next, and then talking it over. This is what you need to focus on. Clear communication. So this could be a lovely new friendship starting, but generally this is about speaking and listening, talking things over, and making sure that you both clearly understand one another. How can you help yourself? We've got the High Priestess. Well, this is you. Very intuitive, look, our High Priestess. She's reading. She's gathering knowledge. She's doing all her homework. She's finding things out before she makes any commitments. She's asking herself, what would I really like to do? And then before she makes any commitment, finding out all the information, trusting that lovely connection to the divine. This is the High Priestess. She's very, very intuitive, very empathetic. She's also doing her homework as well. Guidance from Spirit says the difficult times are over with, the stressful times are over with. Expect the situation to improve. This is you climbing this ladder of success, a much improved situation. And your outcome, 4 of Cups, says, look at things from a broader perspective. Now, our little angel here, look, she's so focused on those 3 tiny little teacups in the past that she's missing this golden opportunity right behind her. All she has to do is turn around, do things differently. So this card at the end is a mindfulness card that says, stand back, look at the bigger picture, do your homework, turn right round, look at things from every aspect. And don't be so focused on the past that you miss a golden opportunity in the present. So, Helene, I hope that makes sense for you. Thank you for coming in.
Beautiful. Okay, Elaine, again, just like Anne, I got the 2 of Cups. Communication is very important. So, yeah, look at the difference in the skin color. Okay, right there, right? So, different ethnicity, different ways of looking at things, whether he was born here or in Brazil. You said he's Brazilian. Beautiful Spanish people, they can be very passionate, right? So, you know, this person and you need to communicate. And if this person seems to get a little frustrated or he's a little bit passionate with the way he looks at energy around him, you're going to be putting him at ease because you're the calming element. You're the one that's experienced. You're the one that's taking the lead role here. Okay, like the supervisor. So communicating is very important. But I do think the 2 of you will connect well. I think that, you know, once you get to know each other, it's going to work out good for you. Don't get involved in any of his personal issues. He might be open and want to discuss his personal business. And often people want to dump on people and, you know, oh yeah, this is how my life was and blah, blah, blah. Don't get involved in it. Okay. It's his drama. Keep it professional. Okay. Because this is a no-win situation. I always say you win the battle, but you lose the war. When I always say, again, if we don't become their sparring partner, they can't fight by themselves. Okay. So don't allow yourself to get caught up in his drama. All right. Because he may be the type that wants to talk about it. So, you know, try to put him at ease, communicate well, get to know him. That's fine. But you don't have to be best friends. Okay. Now, in the center position, your help, your hurdle, or your challenge. This to me is charging towards your goals. This is a card of good luck. This is a card of overcoming great obstacles, coming out the other side unscathed. You know, maybe you're going to find this person quite passionate, and you're going to have to just prepare yourself for that. Okay, you're going to come out ahead of the game though. Okay, this is the card of the champion. Oh, you are always going to come out the winner at the end of the day. Okay, now, you know, your messages from spirit and your guides is a 9 of Cups, and that's wishes fulfilled. This is going to be okay. Things are going to work out. It'll be a good collaboration. I think you guys, it's getting to know each other. This person's very different from you. And, you know, when we do work with people that are new, you know, we have to be adaptable, right? We have to adapt. So I do think that your wishes are going to come true. Things are going to work out. This person's going to be fine with you. Okay. You're going to always come out ahead of the game. Now, the end is the Sun. Clear sight line, things are going to work out, happiness, fulfillment, good luck, good karma, everything's going to work out. So, you know, what do the cards say about our short collab? Here you go. It's going to be fine. Just as long as you can communicate with this person, let them know you got to be professional. You don't want them talking about their personal business to the clients or you. And at the end of the day, you're going to come out ahead of the game. Okay, so yes, I think it's going to be a good collaboration, but there may be that little bit of you know, obstacles there with wanting to get too personal and talk about his personal life, which you can't do anything about anyway. Okay, so what is she saying here? Yes, he has some issues with family identity and paperwork. Okay, so you know what? Try to stay out of that. Okay, that's what my cards were showing me. You can't help him. unless you feel you want to do this, I mean, you got free will to do what you want, Elaine, but I just think you got enough on your own plate to deal with. Okay. So just be careful of that. All right. Okay. Thank you. Great. Thanks. Thank you so much again. As you know, you're always such a great client. Okay. As you all are beautiful people in my room. Okay. So we've got Tracy. Hi, Tracy. How are you, sweetie? Any good news coming in my way this week? Okay. All righty. Let's see what we got for Tracy. Tammy, are you still in the room? Mara's here. Let me know if you're still in the room, Tammy. Okay. See if you're still here. Tammy and Kathy and Wanda and Nurse. Erica. Erica's how to read.
Okay. So, Tracy, thank you for coming into the room. And any good news coming? Yes, I would say so. But we'll start off with your overall energy, Queen of Coins. So the Queens, I'm just looking if we have any more. No, we've just got this one. We've got a Queen and a Page. This Queen, an authority figure in the deck, is very grounded. She's the Queen of Coins. She's sensible, very good with money, very generous, very caring, making sure that everybody in her orbit has everything they need. And the reason she's so good at this is she's grounded. She uses common sense. She's very practical. She's very resourceful. When things show up this week, look at all your options carefully. 7 of Cups. Don't go rushing into the first thing. Look at all your options. Stand back. Take your time. Look at all your options carefully before committing. And the Awakening card says, look at things, turn things upside down. Look at things from every perspective, from every angle. So we've got you being really sensible and grounded, stepping back and looking at your choices and looking at things from all different perspectives. That's what you need to be focusing on. Do your homework. We've got this little Page of Coins showing up. She's reading, she's researching, she's gathering information. This is the message that she's bringing into you. These little pages are messengers. And she says, do your homework, do the research, find out information before making your choices this week. So do your homework, do the research, because there are some wonderful positive changes for you. Life experience card. That's a real breath of fresh air. You making positive changes, learning from the past, taking all that information, taking all of those experiences and putting them into practice, because there's a golden opportunity. The Ace of Coins. We've got the Ace and the Queen. This is the first card of the suit. Something new, a new beginning, a golden opportunity, very much connected to work, career, home life, money. So it might be a bonus, it might be a promotion, the offer of a new job, a new area of study, something new, something exciting. And look, she's found the keys to this treasure chest and she's moving towards it. Before you do that, think it through carefully, do your homework, look at everything really sensibly from all angles and be grounded. Use your common sense. This is what this Queen does better than anybody in the deck. And then be ready for these lovely positive changes coming in and golden opportunities waiting for you. So Tracy, thank you for coming into the room and also for supporting my channel as well. I get your lovely little message every week.
Yeah, the dream. Yes, yeah. She's under a different name though. The dream, something.
Yeah.
Dream.
Yeah. Yeah, I recognise your picture. So thank you. And you know, it does mean a lot for me, and I'm sure I'm speaking on behalf of Brenda as well, when we've put the readings out, we've done them. When you get just a little message saying, hey, that's lovely, thank you. It makes the world a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It means that they acknowledged it, they enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we know where we stand, and we know who our followers are all the time. And yeah, it's beautiful. Okay, Tracy, you're on your feet. You're back in the game. 10 of there are 2 cards here. Yes, there's 2 cards stuck together. Wow. Okay, and we're going to read them both. One is the 5 of Pentacles and one is the 10. I was starting to read the 10 of Swords. You're back on your feet. You may have felt that you've gone through some trials, some challenges in the past, but you're on your feet heading in a new direction. And the reason is because you had the resources there. With the 5 of Pentacles, it's a card of challenge, but you can find the resources to resolve those challenges by asking, researching, going after what it is you want to find the answers. And the moon says you're doing that. Okay. You're still in the process of wanting to change something in your life, and it hasn't happened yet, but stay vigilant, stay positive. Okay. Find out and research things, but you're going to be back on your feet here again. Okay. Things might have been tough, but you're back in the game again. And that card came in, stuck to it. When it sticks to it, that tells me that you need to see that extra card. Also, don't internalize things. Don't take things all on your own shoulder. Don't be too proud to ask someone for either advice, help, or whatever. Okay. And finding out by doing that, you find out the information that you need. This is a high priestess. She goes behind the veil. If somebody doesn't look good, she trusts her instincts, her gut instincts, her intuitiveness, and says, something's not right. Find out. And that's what you're going to be doing here. Finding the resources to get through any challenges that might come in. Now, you've got the world. The world's at your feet. All you got to do is your free will here. You can set your compass to go in any direction you want, and make that your desire. Make that your dream. Make that your destiny. This is a card of ending one cycle and beginning a new one. And you're on your feet again. Okay. All those challenges in the past are behind you now. And the very last card is Happy Ever After. And that's what I call the 10 of Cups. This is a card that says you're going to have peace and harmony within your family or your chosen family, your circle, your soul pod. If there were things that were not good in a relationship or with family, you're going to make amends. Things are going to work out better. I always say it's darkest before the storm. And after the storm, the sun comes out, and often it gifts us with that rainbow, and we always see a rainbow. And I bet you every one of us, we think of that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And that can come in the form of time, effort, support, love, or maybe even money. Okay, so things are going to work out at the end of the day. But don't be afraid you're back in the game. You're on your feet again. You're finding out what you need to find out. And that's why you're on your feet again. And the world is yours. Go after it. Don't be afraid. There's new opportunities possibly coming in. End of one phase, beginning of a new one. And it's peace and harmony. Okay. So that's what I had for you. Hello and welcome, Dorella. Nice to see you. You're a new name to me, I think. Alrighty. When will TL be reaching out to me? He's a Cancer. Well, Dorella, any personal questions have to be addressed with a super chat donation minimum of $5. That's why you see Tracy here highlighted. She asked a question. She paid for it. Those are the room rules. You're getting a double reading from Anne in England and me here in Canada. So those are the rules, sweetheart. If you want us to address that question, we would love to, but you have to go and do a super chat donation. Okay, $5, $10, or $20, whatever you choose. Okay, but welcome to the room. And if you stay in to the end of Tracy's our last one right now. We're going to start going through the list of people's names. We will give you a couple of cards. They may or may not answer your question. Okay, they're just a general card. So if you stay in the room, we will definitely give you a message. Okay. All right. So we're going to go back. We've done all of our, thank you very much, Anne and Brenda. Tracy, you're very, very welcome. Okay. So we've got, we're going to go and do Tammy, Damara, Kathy, Wanda, if you're here, Nurse, if you're here, and Dorella. Okay. So first of all, let's do Tammy. Tammy, come on, step forward, sweetheart. I know you're here, and we'll pull some cards for you. Okay?
How many cards, Brenda?
You can pull 3, past, present, future.
Okay.
Middle, end, week, whatever you want to read it. I don't care. Okay. So
we're doing Tammy.
Tammy.
Here she is. Yeah.
There you are. Okay, so we're pulling 3 cards for you, Tammy. You can read it beginning, middle, end of the week, past, present, future, whatever way you want to read it, okay?
Okay. Oh, wow. Tammy, thank you for coming into the room, and an absolute pleasure to read for you. So, your first card, 5 of Cups. This is about you moving on to something better. It's leaving the past behind and moving towards joy. So acknowledging the past, that's really important. It's brought us to where we are now. But this is you making your move, turning your back on the past and moving on to something so much better. The next 2 cards are both aces. So new beginnings, new beginnings. Ace of Cups, the start of loveliness, happiness, joy, fulfillment, optimism. The aces are the start of the suit. It's the beginning of something. So this is the start of joy, happiness, and it's looking absolutely beautiful. The Ace of Wands is the next one. This is dynamic. This is action-orientated energy. It's exciting. This card says, what are you waiting for? The opportunity for a fresh, new, exciting start. So Tammy, what 3 cards, moving on, and then new start, new beginnings. It's looking beautiful. So thank you, Brenda.
Okay, 3 of Swords. You're healing through a process of great disappointment, heartbreak, things in the past. This is a card. Sometimes they say a third party can stir the cauldron and create this chaos in your life. But I think you're healing through a great disappointment or sadness or grieving something that happened in your past. The beautiful thing is you're healing through it because you have the ability to do whatever you want now. Free will. This is a magician starting with a dream and creating a new future for yourself. Time, effort, support, love, maybe even money is going to become better for you to create what you want. The universe says go after what you want, Tammy. You've got everything working in your favor, and the Wheel of Fortune proves it. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is karmic, good energy, good luck, future looking bright for you. Yes, get on that wagon, ride it hard, my darling. Future, it looks brilliant. Okay, thank you, Tammy, for being in the room. All right, so we've got Damara. Let's go back to Damara later. Okay, Damara. Okay. She's talking to everybody here, but as long as I got her name, that's all that matters. Okay, Damara, let's see what we have here for you. 3 cards for you as well. You're welcome, Tracy. Always a pleasure. All righty. Okay.
Okay, Damara, thank you so much for coming into the room, and again for all your lovely comments and lovely encouragement. It's truly appreciated. So 3 cards for you. First one, 9 of Cups, wishes fulfilled, happiness, joy, things that you've been manifesting, things that you've been hoping for, actually showing up. It's happiness, it's joy, the wishes fulfilled card. The 3 of Pencils is very much, this is the 3 of Swords. It's about you healing and moving on. You've taken your time, you've talked things over, and now it's time to move on, move forward. And your final card, the 6 of Cups, is lovely. So this is about reminiscing. It's a card of the past. So you might be remembering the past with love, talking about the past, but don't stay there. Because this is the card that says it's time for you to do what you've always wanted to do. So that looks absolutely beautiful with this wishes fulfilled card and a real watershed, healing, moving on. Very, very positive energies coming through for you. So I hope that resonates. Thank you.
Thank you. It's beautiful. Okay, so you got to step out of your way tomorrow. You might be waiting for something to happen and you're worried that it isn't going to. Sometimes I always say this is a card that says, if something doesn't happen quick enough, we start to think, all the worst. Okay, they didn't like it, or they're not going to come through, or the deal isn't going to go through, whatever. This card says you're only blocking your own good luck, and it says step out of your way, throw it out into the universe, ask spirit to take it away from you, and let go and let God. You could be charging towards something new here with this, with the Knight of Swords, fast moving action, getting excited, exhilarated, and wanting to get ahead and make something happen. But make sure you're prepared. Pull back on the reins a little bit. Don't take the first offer. Make sure you read between the lines. Once the ink hits the paper, it's a done deal. Consumer beware. Okay. If you're signing any legal and binding contracts. All right. At the end of the day, negotiations are going to go well because, as I had said, this is a gift card. Push, pull, back and forth, give and take energy. You could be inheriting something. You could be receiving something. You might find that somebody's stepping forward with some gift of generosity for you. And you could also be the one that is initiating that to help someone else. So that's what I have for you, Damara. Okay, sweetheart? All right. Our next one is Nurse. Nurse, if you're here, step forward, please. And we've got Kathy. Kathy. We didn't do Kathy.
I haven't done Kathy yet.
Yeah, we got to do Kathy. Okay, Kathy.
Do
Okay,
Kathy now.
here we are. Let me know you're still in the room, Kathy, okay? Sweetheart, tell me you're here. You're here listening to us. You were. Okay, let's see, Kathy. Let's see what we've got for Kathy. 3 cards for Kathy. Oh, there she is. Okay, she's here.
Wow, Kathy, 3 fabulous cards here. Here you are, Queen of Wands. An authority figure in the deck. This Queen of Wands is confident. She knows her worth. At a moment's notice, she can manifest anything she wants just like that because she knows how to do it. She's had to learn. Very often, all these queens and kings in the deck, they've learned their lessons. So this queen says, yes, I can. You just watch me. We've got the Ace of Pencils, Ace of Swords. This is clarity coming in. This is you suddenly going, now I know exactly what to do. So if you've been trying to do things and they haven't quite been working, this is where you work it all out. This is about you coming up with new ideas, new clarity, new ways forward. It's a light bulb moment card. And then we've got the wishes fulfilled. 9 of Cups, happiness, joy, fulfillment. Things that you've been hoping for and dreaming of showing up. So with the confidence of this Queen of Wands and the clarity of this Ace of Pencils, this is you reaping the rewards of all of that and stepping up into your confidence in a lovely way that brings happiness and joy and fulfillment for you. So I hope that resonates. Thank you.
Wow. Kathy, 2 of Swords, conflicted about making a decision or a choice right here. You can't see the trees for the forest. This is about you feeling as though there's a decision that you have to make and you really don't want to do it. You're dragging your heels, something that you feel you need to do, but you have been waiting around to make the right time to make the decision. Make sure you get all the information you need before you come to that conclusion, okay? You're not going to jump into this too quickly, but you still have to make this decision. You've got two water signs. You not only have the Knight, but you have the Page of Cups as well, Kathy. So we know that pages are messengers. You're getting a message from somebody that could be stepping forward with taking a friendship to a stronger level, truly platonic, or you could be in the company of somebody who's letting you know that they would like to become closer to you. This person brings something useful and up to date and forward thinking onto the table of life for you. I always say that they could look, act, be younger, or just appear to have that useful energy. We know that can be a Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio energy that's coming in. This person comes in with an opportunity for you. Hi, Anne Marie. That you might say, nah, I don't think so. When pigs can fly, because you know this deck. You're saying it's not going to happen, but I want you to consider something. This person is coming in with their good intentions. They're wearing their feelings on their sleeve and they're honest about it. Now the Knight of Cups comes in. This could be your knight in shining armor, again, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, or they could be coming in with an invitation. You might be invited by somebody to go to a wedding, engagement party, a housewarming, something that's happy like that. But it also involves love. This person is very straightforward, honest, knows what he wants or she wants. This is a card that says be open-minded. You could be falling madly in love with a person or with what they bring to the table of life, an idea, some activity, some event, something that you're just going to want to get involved in. Well, that's what I have for you, Kathy. Hi, Anne Marie. I'm going to put you down. Nice to see you. It's been a while. You've been busy coming into our room. Okay, so I need to know if Nurse L is here or Dorella is here. If you're here, we'll pull 3 cards for you. If you're not, then we will move on to those who are in the room. Let's go on to do Anne Marie because she is a long-standing good client and a moderator. She was my original moderator. She was amazing. She was so patient with me in the beginning. Like, hello, Brenda, you're not listening to me. You're welcome, Anne Marie. We're going to pull 3 cards. Could be beginning, end of the week, past, present, future, whatever way you want to read it. Okay, let's see what we have for you. Yeah, she's laughing. Look, she's saying she remembers those things. Okay.
So, Anne Marie, when I picked that deck up just then, the cards were all over. I was really having a job not to shuffle them and drop them on the floor. So, real lots of energy all of a sudden. And not surprisingly, out of your 3 cards, we've got 2 knights. So, fast movement. First of all, Knight of Cups, little angel on a motorbike saying, things could be picking up, things happening very, very quickly. Just stay balanced, stay focused, just go steady. Because we've then got one of the fastest cards in the whole deck, the Chariot. This is a massive move forward, a sudden move forward. If things have felt a little bit slow, a little bit stuck, this is a mindful, it's a fast move forward, but it's done so with balance and with discipline. So you're clearly going to take this in your stride. It's going to be just going steady, but this lovely positive movement forward. The Knight of Wands is your 3rd card, the fastest knight of them all. Coming in saying, think it through and act with care. So again, this is fast energy. This knight can be very impulsive. So take it a step back, just think it all through, act with care, stay balanced, stay focused, just one step at a time. And this fabulous Chariot card, and move forward. Look how easily she's moving forward. She's gliding on that ice with ease. She's balanced. She knows exactly what she's doing. And this wonderful positive move forward for you. So I hope that resonates. Thank you.
Wow. I've got beautiful cards too, Anne Marie. You've got the Ace of Cups. This is your love card. You know that. This is either the resurgence of getting together again with somebody in your life that you are going to be in connection with. This is, often read as new love or a love you're in right now, connecting. Great hurdles, coming out unscathed out of a situation. The Champion card. This is, the Chariot. Yeah, going after what you want and things working out in your favor. The sky is brighter, not having to hold on to those reins so tight anymore. Now things are going to fall in line. And guess what? 9 of Cups, wishes fulfilled. Beautiful. So there is your connection with your love, coming out unscathed out of a situation and wishes fulfilled. Wow. I'm glad they came up because you never know what's going to come, right? So they look really promising. Okay. Dorella hasn't stepped forward, and Nurse hasn't stepped forward. So I think we pretty much have got everybody in here. So what time we got? We got 21. We got a couple minutes left. So yeah, great guys. Yeah, those cards are great, Anne Marie. I'm feeling it for this week. That's amazing. Yeah, they're very promising, really promising. I mean, any cards can come out, and we don't hold back. We read the cards as they come out. So yeah, and they look really good. So that's beautiful. And I love the fact that, that Ace of Cups showed up. That is, beginning and again, the love in your life and the person in your life. And yeah, beautiful. Well, guys, this is it. So this has been great, Anne. I'm glad you're away for a few days or a week by the lake, and you're in a lovely little cottage that you're staying in. And I have to tell you, I've been following a lot of Yorkshire documentaries and the cottages there and the castles. There was one sort of tower or an estate that was reconstructed, that was down to the bare bones of ruins in Yorkshire, and it's amazing how historical it is. I mean, I love that area. So, I mean, I can imagine the lake. So you're if it doesn't rain, you're going to get out and do walks. And are there museums? Are there museums and things you can see that you haven't seen? And
we're right out in the countryside here.
Okay.
So when I look out of these windows at the back,
so
just see twinkling little lights of the little farmhouses further down the valley. So we're right out in the countryside.
Where you actually reside, your home, because I know you're having a cottage. Is it more in a village, or are you you're rural too? Because said you have to drive about 20 minutes to get to the store or the pharmacy or whatever. So you are rural anyway, but this is just a different view, right?
Yeah.
And are you close to the water?
We are about, I mean, you can see it from here.
Oh, okay. In the distance.
I'm having a little cup of tea. Yeah. So yes, we are about, if you wanted to drive it, about a 20-minute drive. It's in the distance here. But we're right up. The thing about the Lake District, which Helene will know, because it's very hilly. We're up in the, they call them the Lakeland Fells. And it's up in the little mountains. So it's all mountains and lakes. Wow. And so we're quite high up here. Towards the top of the fells, and we can just see right down the valley, and all the little lights twinkling are all the farmhouses and the other little cottages. It's a hamlet where we are. I wouldn't even say it's a village.
Okay.
It's beautiful. It's really rural. More rural than where I normally live, which is rural.
Okay. So are you like cooking for yourself? You brought what you want, or okay. So you're not going out to restaurants and
not to restaurants particularly, but because we know the area quite well. There's a lovely little hotel just up the road, and the food there is absolutely fabulous. So we'll go there for a couple of meals. But generally, we're quite self-sufficient. But what we're doing is getting out walking. That's what we do.
Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, for sure.
And the colours, I mean, you'll have them in Canada, but the leaves are this autumn. It's just incredible. I think it's because of the hot summer we've had.
Yeah, for sure. Well, today we had a fluke. Now I just heard the rain hitting my window is just bleeding against my window right now, and it's 3:25 here. But we went to 23, and it was quite humid and very warm. Like I got up and walked in the morning at 8, and it was 19. And I thought, geez, I'm kind of overdressed. I had a black turtleneck on and black jeans, and I was going to go to church, right? And I thought, well, who knows, the church could be damp or whatever. Anyhow, it went to 23. And I thought, there was a lot of black clouds around us. And I thought, I wouldn't be surprised if we get rain, because when the temperature changes from like 7 to 23, you can get a thunderstorm, right? But it's coming down here. It's washing all the windows. So it's hitting the windows that hard. So it may get cleaner on the outside. But that's what we're getting right now. But yeah, our colors are just starting now. We haven't had what we call Indian summer, which means we have to have a hard frost. And then that's when you call it. And then you get mild weather after that. We call that an Indian summer. So, but I did take some pictures. I've been trying to post some of the trees. I took some trees today because I went to church, and it's in a small sort of, well, it used to be a small hamlet, but like everything else, it's built up. And it's about 20 minutes from where I live to half an hour. And so there were some really nice trees in that town I took pictures of. I had to do a detour because they're working on a bridge on the way. And so I was able to, they detour you through sort of an area of residences and big trees. And where I live, the main tree here is the maple.
Wow.
Figures, right? Canada, right?
Yeah.
And hard maple. And they go such beautiful bright colors of red and orange and yellow. And some of the leaves can be this big on some of our trees. So we do get a lot of color. But we were just saying the other day, Andre and I, we really haven't had a lot yet, but now they're starting to turn. So maybe with the that we're getting, we may find a lot of them are going to be on the ground though too. So anyway, yeah, I enjoy your time there. It looks like a lovely place you're staying. And it's nice just to have that breath of fresh air, to meditate, to think about things. You know what I mean? Are you going to do your videos from there too?
No, because I mean, I brought the microphone and everything. The cameras are set up at home on my desk with the camera so you can see the cards and see my hands. So I did a bit of extra homework before I came. Okay. So I've got enough of those done before we go back, so I'm not having to rush them.
Yeah, so that you can go back and finish up that week. So guys, keep in mind that both Anne and my videos are out there. Anne, I enjoyed using your deck. It was fun last week.
Oh, thank you.
And, I wanted to do it justice because they are called different things and the graphics on them are different. They're softer. It's like Anne has passed her deck through a love filter. Okay. And they're just so sweet and soft, and she doesn't call them swords, they're pencils, and things like that. So I had to get my head together what they were, right, to be able to read them clearly. And I, as I got rolling, it was quite easy, and I loved them, and they were fun to do. So, and I thank you for that deck. But me, I use the cards that are comfortable for me, as you use your cards that are comfortable for you. So enjoy yourself there. And
thank you.
I can see you doing some meditative work. I can see some.
There's a little seat just beside me here, which you can't see because I've got the camera up here.
Yeah.
Little cup of tea on a morning and just looking out there. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's peaceful, right? And then that's amazing. So I'm going to let you go.
Thank you very much for having me. I'll see you next Sunday. I'll be back at home.
Yeah, I'll see you next Sunday, guys. So we'll be here again. So take care. Kathy, let me know, are you going live after me today or not? Everybody, Kathy's Guided Light Tarot, she often goes out live on her channel after mine. And Tammy usually follows her over because she's a monitor. And she gives out messages as well. So I don't know, Kathy, if you're still here, beautiful artwork on your deck. Yeah, I love the artwork on her deck.
Thank you.
Okay. So anyway, guys, we're gonna let you go, and we're gonna love you and leave you. Have a wonderful week. Your cards are out there. Go have a look, and we'll see you next Sunday.
See you next Sunday.
As they say, God willing, and if the creek don't overflow.
Yeah.
Okay, take care, guys. I'll see you in a minute.
Bye.
Bye.